I like Michael's strategy, Larry. Stay out, see what everybody does. Come down pit road all by yourself.
Which he's doing right now.
The leader, Michael Waltrip, comes onto pit road after leading the first 34 laps of the 500. Matt Kenseth becomes the new race leader. Dick Berggren.
Chris Crumley is going to change front tires for Michael Waltrip. He's from Tennessee. Greg Osborne is the rear tire changer. He's from New Hampshire. Gasman Jeff Opel from Michigan. And Brian Chase is the jack man. He's from York, Maine. Two tire change. Michael is ever so anxious to get out of here. He's gone.
And what I like about his pit stop is all of his neighbors had already pitted. He had a clean shot into his pit box, a clean shot leaving. So we'll see how it shakes out.
Matt?
A track bar adjustment for the 21 and Ricky Rudd. They also worked on the fender because he felt like he had some damage on the racetrack, which was making his race car extremely tight, hard to handle.
Darrell, the key for Michael is how quickly can he get back up to speed, and when he does, will he have a drafting partner?
See, I believe today's race is going to take on a whole different complexion than any 500 we've seen in quite some time. Run your own race, pit when you need to, come down pit road by yourself. I could see my brother or any of these guys, Dale Jr., any of them, sitting out there and leading the race all by themselves.
Matt Kenseth surrenders the lead to make his pit stop.
Uh-oh.
And a catch can.
Uh-oh.
Off Jeff Burton's car. That's the can that catches any overflow of fuel during the pit stop. And for leaving the pit with that attached to his car, he'll have to come in and make a penalty stop.
Yes, and we talk about that all the time. Mistakes on pit road. You just cannot have them. And right now, it looks like Tony Stewart, the 20, Bill Elliott, the 9, Dale Earnhardt Jr. in the 8 cars. You see Jeff Burton come back to pit road for that penalty. They're going to inherit the lead with Michael Waltrip about 10 car lengths behind them. Matt.
Larry, Matt, we've seen probably more than most years in the past. Crew member changes up and down pit road. A new catch can man for Jeff Burton this year, Eric Slade. That could have been a very costly miscue by Slade, new to the 99 team.
They top him off and send him out. But when everybody's going 180 and you're idling down pit road, that's very costly.
And not only that, but these teams know they've got a lot of pressure on today, Mike. They've got to make 10 pit stops today. And so I think they're just all kind of uptight and nervous.
There you see the catch can at the left rear. It catches the excess fuel coming out on the backstretch.
And it almost hit Burton's teammate, Greg Biffle.
Yeah, and when you leave the pit lane with any of the equipment that they use on the car, then you automatically have to come back for a penalty.
This is looking out about back of your leader right now, Tony Stewart in the 20 car. And again, he has Bill Elliott in the 9 car, Dale Earnhardt Jr. in tow. Michael Waltrip right now is about almost 2 seconds behind this trio.
You know, there was never any question in my mind that the small fuel cell would not separate the field here at Daytona. It didn't work that well at Talladega, but here it's such a different kind of race.
Since 1959, Tony Stewart has just become the 115th different driver to lead the Daytona 500. The Daytona 500 on Fox is brought to you by Ford, the official truck of NASCAR. 41 laps complete. Tony Stewart leads Bill Elliott, Dale Earnhardt Jr., Michael Waltrip, Todd Bodine up to 5th after pit stops, Mark Martin and Mike Wallace. On pits, trouble
on the
turn
back.
4. A car spins to the infield. Bobby LaBonte,
Caution is on the
Winston Cup
Speedway.
champ. And that'll put us under caution the first time today.
Well, he did a great job, though. You see that paved area back there, folks, that saved him from tearing his race car all to pieces.
Talk about saving. That saved Jeff Burton from going a lap down because he was just in front of the leaders, losing almost 2 seconds a lap.
One guy's bad luck, another guy's good luck.
And what you see on top of Bobby LaBonte's car, that's one of the roof flaps. It has 2 roof flaps that deploy that help keeps the car on the ground when he spins out, something Jack Roush helped develop along with NASCAR.
Jeff Burton, Jeff Green, Casey Mears all helped from going a lap down to the race leaders. Let's see what happened to the green car, Bobby LaBonte.
Just coming off that corner, and what happened to him is the 48 goes by on the outside. He's got another car stuffed right up behind him. He must have been a little too loose, just sucked him around.
So no contact there.
No contact.
Just the movement of the air.
Come up off of turn 2 over there. The car's nice and free, loose. That car right up behind him. He's trying to stay low because Jimmy Johnson's going by on the outside. Around she goes, but I love that paved area back there. Saved his life. See, that thing just kind of, it just slowly, you feel it going as a driver. There's nothing you can do.
Now, what I'm going to anticipate, it's been about 12 laps since some of the first leaders came onto pit road. We may see several of these guys hit pit road for fuel only, because remember, 12 laps is a third of a stop now with the smaller fuel cells.
So Bobby LaBonte's spin brings out the first caution. His Joe Gibbs Racing teammate, defending Cup champ Tony Stewart, is the race leader.
And what we have 42. Here is a quickie yellow, which by NASCAR rules, what that means is everybody can pit on the first time by. Under normal yellow conditions, only lead lap cars can pit the first time, but hey, we have 42 cars still on the lead lap.
Yeah, they'll all come to pit road. Got to. I mean, you know, you got 12 laps of fuel out of the car. Besides that, you don't have to come down there wide open and plant spot your tires. Might just gas and go, Jeannie.
Well, that was the talk when he was coming in, but then Tony Stewart said, wait, I'm a little bit tight, so why don't we take advantage of this? 2 left side tires and some fuel, and he's trying to get out of here with some traffic in the pits. Matt?
Rights on the last stop for Dale Earnhardt Jr. Lefts this time. He's good to go.
Kevin Harvick has to back up to get out of his pit stall, and so does Jerry Nadeau. Close calls, close company down there.
Here's one thing I figured out. If we're going to run small fuel cells, we got to make the pit boxes bigger. Now, these cats just cannot all get in here at one time.
I mean, everybody in the field pitted at one time, and most of them did change left side tires since they changed right side just a few laps ago.
Close call for Bill Elliott, number 9 on pit road.
I'm not so sure the 1 didn't hit him. I couldn't really tell if he got any damage on Bill's car or not. Well, it's actually the 7.
Jimmy Spencer.
No, that's the car I thought.
And then there comes Steve Park in the 1 car, and he did get into the right door.
I thought he did.
Matt?
Mike, Ricky Rudd's still in his pit box. The reason, the damage that I told you about earlier, they're trying to fix that on the right front corner. They have a piece of aluminum. They're going to pop rivet in place to try to fix the aerodynamics and help the feel of that race car for Ricky Rudd.
Now, in defense of Jimmy Spencer and Steve Park, who were entering the pit, Elliott's car stalled coming out. They had their entrance timed pretty well if Elliott had been able to take off.
You just got to, the crew chief has got to stay on his toes, and he's got to talk to his driver. We talked about it earlier with the seats, the Hans devices. The driver can't look around, very limited peripheral vision, and so he's got to have the help of everybody.
The Daytona 500 under caution for the first time today. Bobby LaBonte's spin off turn number 2.